Take two. How you guys doing tonight? So, some things happened last night when I was trying to stream this scare stream, and yeah, everything just fell apart. So first, because I got new headphones and all that, I forgot to check the audio settings for OBS to see if they were compatible with to see if they were matched with the headphones, which unfortunately they weren't. So the first video, there was no audio, and one of my viewers pointed that out, and so I fixed that problem. But after I fixed that problem, a new problem came up, because my camera was zoomed in like this, what you see here, and I've got to zoom it back out. So there was audio, but this time there was no visual. All you could see was my ugly mug and me reacting to, whoa. So yeah, it was all just a mess. So yeah, I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'll just start over tomorrow with three other videos from those channels, and the two that I didn't get to last night. So that's that. But I made sure this time. That it's working right now. Yeah, I checked the audio settings for OBS before. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna kind of just zoom out right there. Just okay. Here we go. Display capture. All right, we're gonna start with King Frostmere. The scariness videos you cannot turn off.
Hello guys, time for scary videos, today with a really spooky apparition in an abandoned house and a quite mysterious creature in a local forest. Now let's buckle up and stay frosty.
Get out of my room, I'm playing Minecraft!
The next video we will take a look at was uploaded by user Wawa and was taken in his bedroom late one night when he noticed something strange behind his door. He was reportedly alone that night and just relaxing on his bed. When he took this video for his friends, he didn't think much of it and thought it was just a funny angle or shadow. However, when he took another look the next morning, he realized what he caught was actually very strange and he didn't really have a logical explanation for it. First, let's take a look at what his room looks like normally. As we can see, the door opens onto an empty wall here, without any clothes hanging or any furniture behind the door. Now let's see what was filmed.
Yo man, it's really scaring me right now.
From behind the bedroom door, we can see what appears to be a dark shadow, or head peeking out towards the camera. If this is a head, it would mean the entity is quite tall, assuming this is an average sized door. Many are saying this appears to be a shadow figure due to the dark color and human shaped head. Do you agree with that? If no, let me hear your explanation for this capture.
The only other thing I can think of is that it was a buddy of his standing on like a stool or something, dressed in all black clothing. But he didn't seem. It seemed genuine, but it wasn't like he was like scared shitless out of his mind and all that. He was just, like, he was terrified, but he was also excited about the situation. So I don't know, hard to tell.
Let's look into the haunting of Marvin Caguas. Marvin writes on his channel that his house has had a lot of paranormal activity occurring, but it never appeared to him to film until recently. In this first video, he wrote that one of his niece's toys turns on by itself, so he decided to pull out his camera and head downstairs. Let's take a look.
Alvin. Funny anymore, man. Fuck, dude.
I've seen this clip before, I just can't remember what happens.
In this video we see the child's toy that is seemingly activated by the spirit. This prompts Marvin to check all around his house.
Alvin.
Everything seems calm around the house, but take a look when he re-enters the dining room.
What the fuck?
He notices that the chandelier is swinging, although nobody was in the room. Understandably, this scares the man, who runs off, and that is where the video cuts off. The next video that Marvin took in his home is even freakier. Marvin wrote, "I was showing the night vision on the Xbox One. When I later watched the video, I realized a figure in what appears to be a mist of some sort on the upper right portion of the screen. While I was filming, I did not notice it."
So right now it's completely dark in this house right now. All you can basically see is my Xbox One controller. Now I'm gonna switch on the night vision for you guys. As you can see, it lights up the whole room. It's actually a pretty cool feature. I don't know if they have an app for this or whatnot, but they also have this version of the camera. I don't know what it is. I think it's either infrared or something like that. And then back to dark. As you can see, all you can see is my Xbox controller. And then back to night vision. It's actually,
In the top right corner of the living room, we can see a very strange figure floating up towards the ceiling. This shadow could not possibly come from Marvin, since he's not moving in that way at all. He states that his family firmly believes that this is a shadow figure, and is also responsible for the objects moving around in the house. Do you think this is a true haunting? Let me know your opinions in the comments. If you are afraid of water, this next video might freak you out. Uploaded by Voided One. This video was taken during a water rafting ride at an amusement park. In the video you can hear all the people yelling and having a great time. Everything seems totally normal. After getting home from the park, however, the person filming realized they caught something strange in the water behind the raft. As the raft exits the tunnel, we can see something in the water drifting along behind the group. It's pretty terrifying to see anything floating under the surface in a water ride. However, this figure looks pretty human, which is even more unsettling. As you can see in the video, apparently there was a child that drowned on this ride 5 years ago. Some viewers think this is possibly her, trapped and haunting the location of her death. Others are saying this might be clothes that fell into the water,
I've never seen clothes move like that on their own.
or merely a large fish.
Unless the clothes were being tugged by the boat behind them, by the boat. But then...
Either way, this video is very creepy in my book. The next clip was uploaded by user Danny Donahue. There isn't much information about the clip itself, other than it was taken at an abandoned mine shaft. Danny and a friend were visiting the entrance to the mine shaft, which fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, was closed off with some wooden planks. This must be to keep visitors safe from the dangerous cave. However, it seems that there may be more dangers than a collapsing mine shaft here. Danny films the entire mine shaft, and although there's something definitely creepy about an abandoned location, nothing seems too out of place here. As he's filming through the wooden planks, he films something downright terrifying.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't see anything.
What?
Go.
Really? You couldn't have made that CGI any more obvious.
A huge figure suddenly appears from the
Fake.
darkness. This creature looks to be extremely tall and inhumanely thin, with grey skin and yellow shining eyes. There's no way this is human. Danny believes he has captured footage of a skinwalker here. For those who aren't familiar, skinwalkers are a type of animal. Amazing and the next clip was filmed by paranormal investigation team RC Fun TV, who are based out of Singapore. In this episode, they are visiting an old abandoned farm home that is said to be haunted by a woman who can be seen lurking around the building. Locals think perhaps it is one of the old tenants of one of the homes who isn't ready to pass on yet. Without a direct way into the house, the group decides to climb up on a portion of the roof and try to enter from one of the upper level windows. This is the moment when the cameraman captures this strange sighting. Let's take a look.
Ooh, I've seen this clip before. It's creepy. That's pretty much that spirit's way of saying, don't come in
In the
here.
top right corner of the window, a
Don't
strange
come in
white
here.
face is peeking out at the ghost hunters. Could this be the same spirit of the woman that is said to haunt the house? After spotting the face, the group jumps down off the roof in fear, and understandably so.
The only thing I can think of that's not paranormal is that's a friend of theirs wearing a lot of white makeup on her face.
Do you guys think this is a true ghost sighting, or perhaps just a hoax? Let me know.
But you know, I gotta admit, the reactions from the guys was quite genuine. So bravo if that was a performance.
Next up is a clip from Mr. List Paranormal that was taken from a security camera facing a family's backyard. The yard backs onto a forest, so they installed the camera in order to keep an eye on any wild animals or trespassers that might come through. Usually the camera doesn't catch much besides the odd raccoon. But one night they were checking the cameras and they saw something, unlike anything they had ever caught on camera before. Let's take a look at what they recorded. From the right side of the screen, we can see a huge entity appear out from behind some of the
I
trees.
think I've seen this clip before.
The creature takes a few slow steps and then disappears into the darkness suddenly. Based on the size of the trees around, this creature must be really huge, probably over 8 feet tall. This looks like it could possibly be a Bigfoot or another cryptid, or perhaps a spirit that is manifesting itself as this large entity. Let me know what you think this family caught in their
All
backyard.
I can think of outside of the paranormal is really good CGI. I got nothing else because even if it was like someone on stilts, they would be that translucent.
Now we will be looking at a video uploaded by Paranoiacs, a group of paranormal investigators that ghost hunt around Europe. This episode, the team is visiting an isolated forest that is said to be haunted following some cult activity many years ago. The area is also said to be the home of a spirit of a woman who used to live in the area. However, it seems the most terrifying capture of the night was actually taken on the back road leading up to the forest. Let's take a look together.
Why are you stopping, you moron?
Orada birisi mi vardı, bana mı öyle geldi?
Why did
As
you
the team is driving
stop?
down the back road to the forest, they spot a figure on the left shoulder of the road. The entity has a
You know, it's one of those situations that when you stop, it's gonna get in the car.
grey face with dark eyes and is wearing a dark robe over their head. The driver stops the car and backs up to get a better look at the figure. But it has disappeared suddenly. This seems to confirm that the entity was in fact a spirit, right? It seems unlikely that a person would just be standing on the road that late at night, although anything is possible. Could this be the same spirit of the woman said to roam the area?
That's all we get, though?
Who can say for sure? This next video was uploaded and recorded by user Filthy Valentine. He took this video at an abandoned house close to his neighborhood. About the house, he wrote that he had kept hearing about a haunted house located in the forest above the town. He wrote that it took a while to get to the exact location, but eventually he was able to figure it out, and this video is his first exploration of the building.
Reacted to this.
Based on the exterior, it seems that this building has been abandoned for a very long time. Based on the state of disrepair the house is in, there's graffiti, plants growing indoors, and trash littered all over the property. Regardless, Valentine continues to explore the property. As he's making his way through the outside, he catches a glimpse of something in one of the windows. A white face can be seen in the right side of the window. It's quite small on the screen, but you can clearly see the outlines of eyes, a nose, and a mouth. The skin is far too white to be just a person in the window, right? This Valentine makes his way through the rest of the house. The figure is nowhere to be seen. What do you guys make of this sighting? Could this be paranormal related, or was it just a trick of the eye?
I guess that's possible. Maybe like a light reflection or something. A lens flare.
Now let's take a look at another video that is kind of a classic. This one was taken from a South American news channel. They were covering an unfortunate event where a school collapsed during the day, causing extensive damage to the building. They were filming inside the school and reporting on the accident when they caught something in the background that viewers picked up on quickly. The news crew didn't realize immediately what they caught on camera. However, it seems there may have possibly been a spirit sighting in the school. In the back of the upper floor, you can see a crack in the white. There's something that looks like the face of a child peeking out from within the wall. However, there's something strange about this scenario. The paleness of the face and inexplicably small area for a human to be wedged in. It has led many to believe this is not a child, but rather a spirit. Perhaps someone lost in the building collapse. It's very impossible to say what really caused the face in the wall, but we can say for sure it's very unsettling.
I don't remember this clip.
The next clip was uploaded by the channel UFOs and Mysterious Creatures. There's not a lot of information available on the origin of the clips. However, it's clear it was taken late at night in the forest. The cameraman was filming for reasons unknown. Perhaps to use the flash to illuminate their path. Regardless of the reason, the cameraman caught far more than just trees that night on camera. As the camera pans to one of the trees, a strange creature can be seen clinging to the trunk. The figure is a strange brown-gray color with red eyes and a weirdly shaped head. What do you believe this could be?
Looks like a koala
This
bear.
odd creature clearly startles the cameraman, who pans away quickly and can be seen running away from the area.
And
It's possible this could be a monkey
or a monkey. And the reason why its eyes are red is because of the light from the camera.
or another creature, but something about this sighting is just extremely creepy, from the strange head to the glowing eyes.
It is definitely creepy for sure.
What is your idea? Paranormal? A creature? Or something completely different? Thank you guys so much for watching.
Alright. One down, 4 to go. Hey man, missed first one, but here for second. I'll go to the shops. Last stream, yeah, I remember you, Smooth Man. Hey Brendo, I missed the first one, but here for the second. Yeah. Trust me when I say you didn't miss much from the first one. Alright, next up is Sir Spooks. Top 5 scary videos you should not watch full screen. Brendo, I don't know if you're still watching or not, but my wife says hi. Full screen.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 5 scary videos. So, let's begin. Justin Parker Production. It's his YouTube channel that is mostly filmed with content relating to random vlogs, comedy sketches, and food. In other words, it's not at all the kind of channel where you'd expect to find a creepy video. But there is one upload he made on November 24th, 2021 that's certainly quite scary. At the beginning of the video, Justin explains that there is something strange in the closet that's causing his cat to be freaked out. At various points throughout the video, the curtain can be seen moving seemingly all by itself, which only makes Justin and his cat more uncomfortable as time passes. This continues for quite a long while, but then towards the 1-minute mark of the video, something a bit more aggressive happens. Take a look and see.
And she keeps going over here to it, you know. Oh, hell no. See, this is what was going on a while ago. Damn curtain. Over here moving.
At this point, it's obvious that Justin is slowly getting more paranoid, but even still, he manages to stick around and film the closet in case something else happens. And sure enough, a little over 30 seconds later, something much more terrifying happens.
I don't know what the hell it is. No. Oh, hell no. I'm done.
An object gets thrown out of the closet, which understandably causes Justin to freak out. To this day, Justin has no idea who, or rather what, was inside his closet. Who knows if he will ever solve the mystery. Let's just hope something like this never happened to him or his cat again.
Right?
Today's video is sponsored by Hero Wars. I finally found something The following bizarre video was published to YouTube in June of 2015 by a man named Oleg Petrov, and seems to showcase some truly eerie activity happening in the middle of the day in a seemingly normal home. The video begins with an audibly panicked Oleg saying that there is something in his kitchen while panting heavily. Throughout the course of the video, Oleg slowly makes his way to the room, careful not to make too much noise. However, despite his slow movements, it seems as if he still got quite a scare at the end of the day. Have a look.
I hear something in the kitchen. The chair.
The couch. The fridge. The pizza. Yeah.
All is peaceful and quiet in the kitchen for a long
stay
while,
there.
when all of a sudden, one of the chairs begins to move aggressively toward Oleg, which in turn causes him to flee from the area as fast as he can, before shutting off his recording.
Yeah,
Sadly, this video doesn't have a whole lot of context surrounding it, meaning that there is not a whole lot to analyze here. By watching the video, it certainly seems that there was nothing in the kitchen, but the chair moving could obviously be achieved with the help of string. So was this the work of a poltergeist, or was it just a hoax? I guess we'll never know for sure. The following video, posted to TikTok by a woman going by the username WhitMarie1, looks like a wholesome and innocent video on the surface. In it, we hear Whitney trying to get her horses' attention, who are all too busy relaxing outside to hear their owner. It only takes Whitney a couple of seconds to realize that her horses are stopped still and looking at something. Naturally curious, Whitney proceeds to look around and scan the area for any sign of what her horses are so captivated by. Although she doesn't initially notice anything, that changes relatively quickly.
Taxi. Hey.
Out of nowhere, a deep and menacing voice can be heard coming from somewhere nearby saying "hey," before just a couple of seconds later, the same voice produces an incredibly unsettling laugh. In the description of the upload, Whitney says that the entire incident left her completely speechless, and it seems as if the commenters on the post are as equally confused as she is.
What?
Was this some sort of demonic entity roaming around the area, trying to startle her? Was it just a prank? Or was this a hoax? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.
But you know, you can't make horses fake fear, though. That's the thing.
A TikTok user named Angelo
I'm calling that
Badiano
real,
shared the
because
following video to his account
horses were
on
legit
March 21st,
scared by
2022, and seems to be quite cute and adorable when you first take a look at it. We watch as Angelo is trying to give a drink to his baby when all of a sudden something strange startles him.
Les quiero enseñar a mi princesa cómo ya platica conmigo. Mi amor, ay, perdón. ¿Qué es eso? Ven, Angelaini. Ven, mi amor. Ven, párate, para que no te puedo dejar. ¡Lisette! Espera, mi amor. ¡Lisette! Nos acaban de tocar la puerta y la acaban de abrir, no hay nadie. Estoy solo con mi hija. Estoy temblando. Espérate. Les quiero mostrar que no hay nadie acá en el patio, no hay... ¡Lisette! ¡Ven! No hay nadie acá en el patio.
A mysterious knocking noise can be heard coming from the door nearest Angelo, before eventually opening all by itself. It's obvious that he's quite spooked by this incident, and it's hard to blame him. He proceeds to take a good look around, but he's unable to find anything whatsoever. When Angelo went to bed that night, he was surely deeply concerned for the safety of himself and his baby. And seeing as how this video is so new, anything is possible. Let's just hope that whatever knocked on that door and opened it isn't lingering around, and that Angelo and his baby can live in peace. ILM and Bano Paranormal is a well-known paranormal investigation YouTube channel where viewers can watch his various dangerous adventures, exploring some of the creepiest places imaginable, including abandoned houses, factories, and haunted forests. In this particular video, he's investigating an underground shelter that looks like something directly out of a horror movie. Right from the get-go, as soon as he starts to explore the area, something incredibly bizarre happens.
Close it. This is the room where I have my stuff. This is the little thing I keep my gimbal in because it's kind of fragile. But
He shut that. He shut that door.
hello? I swear I closed the door.
Oh, that's right. I have seen this clip before. This is a
The
good
door
one.
that ILM and Bano closed opens all by itself without any sort of explanation. Despite this, he presses forward and continues investigating. A couple of minutes later, he finds himself exploring a remarkably gross and worn down part of the shelter, which captivates him before out of nowhere, this happens.
There's water down there. And what was that sound? This freak. Some sounds.
If that wasn't chilling enough, about 2 minutes later, it appears as if something from another dimension makes an effort to communicate with him.
Freak, that scared me. Is that? Hello? Okay, so no, wait, this. It's not plugged in.
That
Later on, he
is
finds himself
creepy.
in an area that is completely littered with debris, and the walls can be seen basically rusting and peeling off before his very eyes. Out of the corner of his eye, the man notices something strange when this happens.
By anything, but no. Okay, that I saw it moving and I just completely.
At this point of the exploration, it's undeniable that ILMN is deeply frightened, but he isn't quite ready to call it a day yet. As he makes his way into this particular area of the shelter, all seems to be fine, at least for a minute or so, because the uploader's peace gets immediately disturbed.
Here and go. I think it was far, but okay. I have to go for my stuff, so
How did he not notice that?
okay, the sound was definitely from here.
He doesn't seem to initially notice this scary shadow person, but thankfully he makes his way out of the shelter soon afterwards before anything bad could happen to him. ILMN is well accustomed to these kinds of places, but I think it's safe to assume that this location spooked him quite a bit. And that was 5 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did,
Do I know slapped ham? Yes, I do. I actually think you turn it up. Yes, I would love a like for sure. Yes, I do know slapped ham. I actually react to him on a lot of these streams. It's just that I'm kind of slowly trying to get back into this, so I don't want to like do too much at a time right now. I don't know Blizzard Bob. The face, also the cat has balls. Yes, very much so. Something in the kitchen. I saw number 4 already. Do you believe in the supernatural? Yes and no. You know, do I believe that there are paranormal entities out there? Yes, I do. Do I take every video I see on the internet at face value? No. If I see a video that is an obvious fake, I will call you out on it. I will call that video out. All right. Before we start the next one, I'm gonna get some more water. Alright, here we go. Fearsome top 5. 5 scary ghost videos that will disturb you.
Welcome to Fearsome Top 5. I did some research, and now I present to you 5 scary videos of ghosts caught on camera. Number 1. A man named Jojo Owens claims to be dealing with paranormal activity. After moving into what he thought was the perfect house in 2004, he soon realized it might not be as perfect as he thought. He began to hear loud footsteps throughout the house in the middle of the night, and eventually, these footsteps turned into bangs and knocks. And over time, the activity continued to escalate. Well, one night, after waking up from the sound of movement in his kitchen, Jojo grabbed his camera and managed to catch this.
Alright. Kept hearing weird noises, and I know I'm not stupid here. Man, I don't know how much more I take this crap. Alright, who's in here? I don't know, but this is freaking me out. All right, who's there? Crap.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
Crap. Heather!
What is all that noise? I'm trying to sleep.
Get in here, hon. Get in here now. Get in here. Get in here. Let's go in here.
Hey.
Just get behind me. Get behind me. Get behind me. Come on, let's go in here. Come on, come on, come on.
After asking who's in here, objects on the counter begin to move, and the cabinets eerily begin to open and close on their own. Now fast forward to today. Jojo is living in a new house with his wife, but the activity has only seemed to follow him. Jojo and his wife often see mysterious shadows out of the corner of their eyes, appearing to be just a few feet away, but as they turn their head to get a better look, there's no one there. Well, one night, while his wife was asleep, Jojo heard a noise coming from the back room. And although hearing strange noises happens almost every night in his home, this time he decided to set up his phone to record, and incredibly, he managed to catch this.
Music jump scared me more than the actual appearance of the shadow.
While Jojo's phone was left recording, a dark figure quickly walks across the hall. After seeing this with his own eyes, Jojo immediately grabbed his phone and went to take a look in the back room to see if anyone could possibly be inside the house. But as always, there was no one there.
Of course not.
Number 2. Jadar Alvarez is just your average TikTok user that enjoys playing soccer and hanging out with friends. There's nothing too out of the ordinary on his TikTok, except for one video that stands out from the rest. One night, as Jadar was out playing soccer with friends, he set up his phone to record the action. Well, when he later took a look at the footage, he noticed something bizarre up in the clouds above. Begin to blink into view in the distance, then quickly float by in unison. These lights don't appear to be a part of an airplane, and this light formation looks to be way too big to be a drone. So what exactly could this be? I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the aliens have finally decided to visit Earth and hopefully help us out with these gas prices. Number 3. A man named Justin is a teacher that runs a TikTok account where he posts random videos of anything that catches his interest. From videos about Dr. Pepper to whatever this is, Justin has built a fan base of people that look forward to seeing what he's up to next. Well, in a recent series of videos, his TikToks took an interesting turn. In a video Justin posted, showing himself installing LED reverse lights on his car, someone commented asking, how do they look at night? Which led Justin to make a video in response. But little did he know what he would end up catching on camera.
The lights are definitely functional, but unfortunately I live in a city and there are street lights everywhere. But I can find a place to go test them. Okay, I found some really dark woods. I just put some tinfoil over the reverse lights. So I'm gonna show you what the stock reverse lights look like, and then I'm gonna uncover them and show you what the added reverse lights look like. These are the stock reverse lights.
Literally can't see anything.
And these are the ones I just installed. Look how friggin' bright that is. This is amazing. Yeah, so these are not just for looks.
As Justin flipped the switch for his new reverse lights, they revealed something that was lurking in the distance. A pale white arm can be seen wrapped around a tree that slowly pulled back out of view. Justin did not notice this arm at the time and had no idea what he caught until his TikTok comments pointed it out. Well, Justin ended up going back to the same location during the day to scope it out.
Okay, I'm leaving work. 2 blocks that way is where the arm was. Okay, this road goes down to the lake, which is right there, and a public boat landing. This is where my truck was backed in. Well, it's actually a path, and that is the tree with the stick leaned up against it. As you can see, people illegally dump stuff out here all the time. Mostly trash, but a lot of animal carcasses too. And this is the tree. And here we are behind the tree. It's where my exterior was backed in. I'm about 5'10". I'm not a very superstitious person, so you're not gonna get much out of me. I just think, you know, if anything, you know, somebody back here. So there's, across the lake is a neighborhood there. Boat landing parking is right there. All these trails, people use 4-wheelers and dirt bikes, but they haven't been used in a long time. 2 summers ago, I even brought my kids camping up on that ridge right there. Just primitive camping and hammocks, and didn't think anything of it. Just a bunch of trash and, you know, typical. So not much of a real update, just wanted to show y'all where it was. Right there. Well, this could be a clue. If you know, you know.
Now, I'm still not sure what this could have been, or whether this was paranormal or just a creepy hobo in the woods. Number 4.
Creepy, whatever it is.
TikTok user Shaylee recently experienced something that she still can't explain. One day, while Shaylee was relaxing at home, the Wi-Fi randomly went out. And with no internet connection, she decided to kick back on the couch and entertain herself on her phone. But as she was sitting there, her dog suddenly began growling at the front door. And as she turned her head to take a look, she caught a glimpse of a shadow moving past her door. Thinking she was just seeing things, Shaylee went back to her phone. Until a few minutes later, when her dog was on high alert once again. And as she looked towards the door, she saw something bone-chilling.
What the fuck? Too scared to open my door.
Something looks to be casting a shadow in the window. And whatever this thing is, it appears to be trying to look inside the house. All of Shaylee's dogs sat in silence as they also tried to figure out what the hell they were seeing. Shaylee went to check her cameras, but since the Wi-Fi was out, the cameras were offline. She then asked her neighbors to check their cameras and ended up posting this update.
All right, so here is the update of what was at my window that Tuesday night. So I went over to my neighbors and I asked her if she could look at her cameras on Tuesday the 22nd at 9:36 at night, because that's when I took the video. I originally posted on Snapchat, so I knew able to see exactly when I posted it. And what they came back is they weren't able to see anything. She said there was nothing that was coming from the my front porch, nothing that walked between our houses. Her camera doesn't point directly to my front door, so there's literally only a small spot. If they followed this bush that I have in my front yard up to my front door, that they would be able to not be seen by any of the cameras. So that doesn't really give us an answer as to what that was in my front door. There was no coyote, there was no deer. My Ring cameras, all my cameras were off of Wi-Fi, so like no idea as to what the fuck was in my window. So let's just pray that that doesn't happen again and that I don't see these crazy shadows. But yeah, so no idea still what is in my window that night.
So for now, it looks like this figure remains a mystery. Number 5. Over on the YouTube channel Paranormal Nightmares, a woman named Kathy uploads videos of a strange activity in her home. Her entire family have had paranormal experiences that they have no explanation for. And most of this activity looks to be the work of a poltergeist, with random objects around the house being moved by an unseen force. Well, Kathy's daughter complained that she had been hearing weird noises as she was trying to sleep. So they decided to set up a camera in her room to see if they could catch this activity, and what they caught was bone-chilling.
Is it this, or is that just a light decoration? It could be that.
As Kathy's daughter was laying in bed, the closet door slightly moves on its own. And moments later, it sounds like something got tossed to the floor. Kathy's daughter sat up to get a closer look, and as she does, a basketball comes flying out of the closet. She then bravely made her way to the closet to make sure no one was inside before running out of the room. And she gets major props for that, because I would have said F the closet and skedaddled out of there.
I would have ran out right away.
Thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, and I'll love.
Alright. No new chats. Okay. Next up is Chills. 30 scary videos only adults can handle. Get ready for a long one, guys.
Coming up in this video, you need some real-life experience before you can handle these scary videos. So these are the 30 scary videos only adults can handle. If you don't fit the criteria, this list may be too scary for you. Number 30, Bounce House Horror. It's all fun and games until the winds get strong. Published to Fox News, this Ring security footage from Jennifer Bean shows a scary incident at a birthday party in North Carolina. Bean had rented a bounce house for the party, but unfortunately strong winds roared that day, causing the bounce house's strap to break and become loose. It then flew across the yard. The video shows the entire incident, but thankfully no one was hurt and no one was inside the bouncy house at the time. As reported by Fox, Bean said of the incident, "We just wanted to share what happened. We are all still shaken up about it, and Michael says we can't have any more bounce houses in the future."
Where's Michael? Where's Michael? Michael, where are they at? Are they in here?
This comes after a similar incident in Australia sadly took the lives of 5 people late last year. The Consumer Product Safety Commission states that bounce houses should not be used on days when the wind speed is more than 25 miles per hour and should be anchored properly on flat surfaces. Number 29, shower hair. The next time you shower, don't look up. Published by Tia Bassi in March of 2022, this creepy video shows what could be the hair in your drain come to life. The clip shows a shower curtain pulled to the side, while up in the corner near the ceiling is this extraterrestrial-like critter. It looks spidery, but with even more legs than usual. It somehow also looks like a great pile of tangled hair. What do you think this is? I think it's time to throw the whole
Unless I see it move, it's nothing but a decoration.
house away. Number 28, Himalayan Rage. Driving in the Himalayas can be beautiful unless you're opposite an angry driver. Published by Extreme Out in July of 2016. This driver was descending the dangerous Rotang Pass from Manali to Leh when he crossed paths with a heavy truck moving in the opposite direction. The driver notes that everyone should be patient in such conditions because impatience can lead to lives lost. They didn't find patience in this truck driver though. The man writes that he dipped his lights on the narrow mountain road to indicate that the truck and car ahead should stop and let him pass if they had a wider road. The truck did not signal back, but the car indicated that there was space to cross and so he should move forward. After moving to the side, the car passes easily, but the truck is taking its time, which is understandable as you can see how bumpy the terrain is. However, it became clear that the truck driver apparently wasn't going to pass at all. After sitting for a moment, the uploader starts to reverse to give the truck a wider berth, and instead the truck drives right at him. He raises his hand for the truck driver to stop and then continues to back up on the dangerous road, which he notes is not easy. Again, instead of passing, the truck is directed at him. The game continues for a time until finally the truck passes. They stopped him to argue, wondering why he acted the way he did. Was it a threat out of spite, or did he really not have room to pass? From this angle, we will never know. Number 27, fish out of water. Will fish soon walk on land? It looks like one's already there. Published to the oddly terrifying subreddit, Redditor Big Black Onyx writes the cryptic message, "They are evolving." The mysterious video shows a large fish on a slab of snowy ice jutting into the water. The oddly terrifying fish appears to be standing up on its fins, taking in great gulps of air. Many have reacted to the walking fish, which has become the subject of numerous memes, originally appearing in iFunny, posted by user Saika Gamberger in December of 2019. The video has been viewed, liked, and tweeted millions of times, and that's perhaps due to its unnerving nature. Redditor Sci-Fi Ship Controller remarks, "Not sure what is more unsettling, that it stands or that it breathes." Number 26.
that fish was walking and breathing air. Yeah, I've seen some crazy paranormal videos tonight. And that was the most bizarre thing I've seen. I mean, there's really only two possible explanations for that. Just two. Because it's too realistic looking to be CG. The only two possible scenarios is that it's an act of God or it's an animatronic. Either way, that was interesting. Oops, what did I do? Okay, I did it. I'm still okay. Hello, Deborah. Alright.
X, seatbelt fail. It's every thrill seeker's worst nightmare. Published by Robbie8984 in January of 2012, this pair was strapped into an amusement park ride in Alton, Illinois, ready for the thrill of their lives when the belt snapped on one of their seats. As the ride takes off, the woman starts to panic when she sees her harness come unstrapped. Luckily, the harness doesn't seem to be necessary as the primary lock keeps her securely in place. Many in the comments say these belts are just fail-safe to give riders a sense of security. Either way, imagine seeing your sense of security come undone in the middle of being tossed through the air by a roller coaster. Number 25, Stalked. Published by the Daily Mail in March of 2018, this scary footage was supplied by the Greater Manchester Police and shows an extremely scary event that happened in Bolton on August 18, 2016 at around 11 p.m. The CCTV footage shows the scary moments before the incident. This woman is carrying a large bag and doesn't seem to notice the man wheeling a bicycle behind her, hurrying to catch up with her. The woman crosses a road while the man keeps pace with her, just steps behind her. In the next clip, the man is without his bike, which he assumedly ditched at some point. He is lagging further behind her, but still keeping on her trail. The stalker and this woman both cross paths with another pair on the lit street. After passing them, the man speeds up, jogging to catch up with the woman. At this point, it is reported that he attempted to take her into an alley while holding a blade, which is not caught on camera. The woman struggled to free herself, but the suspect had fled by the time police arrived. This last clip shows him fleeing the scene. Police released the footage to try and track down the suspect. Further research of this incident did not uncover whether or not the police were successful in identifying and charging the man. Number 24. Visitor at the door. Some visitors should definitely call ahead. Posted to the Ring subreddit by Ashlyn Bra. This resident had an unexpected visitor at her door around 6 p.m. on Vancouver Island. The Ring camera footage shows an enormous bear sniffing around the front porch of this resident's home. After bypassing the front door, the bear wanders to a side window, looking briefly up at it, as if considering entering this way.
No, it's not a dog.
The massive animal then makes its way around the side of the garage and out of sight. Many in the comments are saying pass to this one, while Redditor Bubba9999 is wondering why it has a collar on. Was it tagged for wildlife tracking purposes, or does this big bear have an owner? More importantly, is he going to make this a regular thing? Number 23, moving bowls. There's nothing creepier than when your food moves on its own. Posted to TikTok by Jake M. Tapat, a woman is seen placing several small bowls out on a table for dinner. She notices one of the bowls twisting and sliding around on its own. She picks it up and wipes the bottom, thinking it might be that the bowl is wet. Placing it back, it still seems to twist for a moment. Is this just moisture at play? Or do we have a hungry ghost on our hands? Number 22, doorbell suspect. This man thought he'd get away with it, but he was sorely mistaken. Published by Reolink in July of 2019. The suspect is seen crossing a quiet road at night in June of 2019 at around 3 in the morning. As the vehicle approaches, he hurries across the road and hides under the front end of a parked truck in a driveway. After the vehicle passes, the dude rolls from under the truck and puts his hood on. He then tries to enter the truck because the door is unlocked. But before he can snatch any valuables, the car alarm goes off, undoubtedly waking up the whole neighborhood. And the would-be burglar flees across the street. I think we can all agree this attempt failed miserably. Number 21, battlefield figure. It's said that on this battlefield, the ghosts of soldiers still roam. Published by Dark 3 in July of 2019, a man is exploring a region where hostilities took many lives. The tree-heavy area features a couple of towers and a brick wall dividing them. Despite the rather average-looking landscape, the cameraman says strange things are often observed here. After zooming in on the tower, the camera scans the tower from the top to the ground, which is covered by brush and trees. It is behind one of these trees that he captures a glimpse of a strange creature. It's hard to tell what this is. It looks hauntingly like an unearthly figure crouched down, almost out of view. Its coloring does not blend with its surroundings, making me think there's a good chance this could be CGI, and that appears this is the case. So I guess that explains what this thing is doing here, because it certainly doesn't look of this world. Number 20, the scream. What if you heard this sound outside your home? Posted to TikTok by Pablo Riviero 702. This scream sounds like chills made audible, happening outside the door of what appears to be a trailer. The scream is followed by dramatic banging on the door.
De soberbio está sucediendo en este momento, así que no sé qué.
Whatever's outside starts shaking the trailer. It sounds like it's banging on every window, but you cannot see what's outside in the darkness. In a second video, you can hear even more terrifying sounds right outside. It honestly sounds like a demon. It continues to bang on the trailer. Would you answer the door?
Nope.
Come on, fellow adults, you can handle it.
Nope. Hell to the no.
Number 19, Pumpkin Ghost. Back in 1993, this TikToker's father took a video on a Sharp camcorder. She thinks he captured a ghost. Posted on TikTok by Olivia Bishop, the mysterious video shows a child at play while her parents watch.
For all those Gen Zs out there, this is a camcorder. We'd set it up, press record, and go about our day. I don't know why, it was just a 90s thing. And just so you guys know, we've had a ghost in every house that we've lived in, so that's why I found this very intriguing. Go ahead and watch that pumpkin in the left-hand corner, and let me know what you think.
A small plastic pumpkin sits at the end of a slide near the camcorder. After a moment, it rolls across the floor on its own for no discernible reason. Some in the comments note that the baby looks over at the pumpkin at the exact moment, like she senses something is there. Olivia claims to have had a ghost in every house they've lived in. Is this one of them? It appears that's the case. Number 18, Sleep Tight, You Should Be Afraid of More Than Bed Bugs, published by Game News TV in July of 2020. This man was sleeping peacefully in bed when all of his curtains began to rustle. Sure, it could be the wind, but then this thing shows up. A fuzzy, semi-transparent figure appears at the side of the bed. A moment later, the man starts tossing and turning wildly. He sits up, clasping his head. Did this figure curse him in some way? This video has left me with more questions than answers. Number 17, Waiting for Ghosts. This is some of the most convincing footage I've seen in a while. Posted to the Ghosts subreddit by AMRV_5, this poltergeist activity left this resident with more questions than answers. The Redditor explains that she's been living in this apartment with 2 roommates for months, and they've noticed that nothing seems to stay on the walls, from pictures to posters.
What? Wow. Thanks for sharing that with the whole world.
You're welcome. Just thought the whole world would want to know.
Right? It's informative information.
Due to the home's age, they thought that a lack of insulation and drafts were causing tape and sticky tack not to stay put. After being gifted some original artwork, they put some framed pictures up on the walls with nails, but the very first night, both of the frames fell from the wall. This happened a couple of nights in a row. One night, one of the pictures started moving slightly, so the Redditor broke out her camera and captured this. The video shows the frame moving, just as they'd witnessed before. It happens several times, and then the rolling chair swivels around. No one is near it. The Redditor pleads, "Can anyone tell me what this is? What's going on here?" Well, some in the comments think there must be fishing line involved. Some are suggesting that perhaps an air vent came on. There is in fact a vent up in the corner of the room. Still, others think it could possibly be a paranormal entity. A second video seems to suggest it's the latter. In the video, the Redditor does a vent test to see if the heating cycle is causing any sort of disturbance to the frame. As she's standing there waiting for the heater to come on, a loud disturbance is heard outside her room.
You okay?
A loud disturbance is heard outside her room.
Huh?
Just say no to honey.
Oh, okay.
She heads over to investigate and finds a boot thrown on a stair below. As she's looking around, another loud bang is heard from back in her room. When she returns, the frame has fallen from the wall onto her desk. She notes that the air has not come on yet, while Redditors are convinced by the second video. Many are agreeing with then Safety 5971, who writes, "If it's fake, you still got me. What do you think? I can't think of any explanations outside of the paranormal." Number 16, home inspection. This home inspector wasn't expecting to find this. Published by Cleveland Marco in July of 2011. The inspector is at this residence and explains that a former resident is said to have passed away in her sleep there and that her ghost remains. As he's explaining that the ghost is said to enjoy walking around and opening doors in the home. A door opposite slams open by itself. This surprises them all.
And she likes to open doors, and she says, well, they say that doors open by themselves. No way!
They try it again. The inspector opens a door, and as he does, the door across the room opens as well.
All right, let's do this again. All right, here it goes. Open the door.
That is unbelievable.
No. This happens 3 times. While some are saying it's the air pressure in the room, others are keener on the ghost story. I definitely think something mysterious is going on in this house. Number 15. In the window. When you look at your reflection, what do you see staring back? Hopefully not this face. Published by Facts Uncharted in February of 2022, this short clip shows what appears to be YouTuber McJuggernuggets looking through a window at pure fright. On the other side is this ghoulish horror face, staring back at him with glowing eyes. He calls his team into the room, and they both look completely creeped out as they see it too. Is this a collective nightmare? When will we wake up? Number 14. Creepy forest structures. You're bound to come across strange things in the middle of nowhere. Published in October of 2019, the cameraman sets out into the forest on the outskirts of the city of Perm, and what he finds is that it's occupied. He eventually arrives at this strange structure, plastic sheets topped by wooden planks. When he removes one of the sheets, you see that it leads into an underground hovel of some sort. Deeper into the forest, he encounters another strange structure. This one again is made up of plastic and tarps, but it's been built above ground between 2 trees. There is a pair of jeans hanging on a limb, a plastic bag hanging from another, and a whole pile of garbage scattered on the ground. He peers inside to find someone sleeping in the shelter. He hurries away but comes across one last structure in his journey. When he peeks in, you can tell that someone lives inside this one too, but there's no one home at this time. One side is covered in branches to camouflage the structure, while items are hung on a line to dry. Obviously, it looks like a small community of people live in this forest, and I'm not sure how friendly they're gonna be to this guy popping in to say hi. Number 13. House Ghost. This house guest is eternal. Published by Jojo Owens in February of 2022. Jojo explains that he, his wife, and several guests in his home had witnessed a shadow-like movement in the living room out of the corner of their eyes. That's why when Owens heard a noise in the back room one night while his wife was sleeping, he set up his phone camera to record. This is what he captured. A tall, shadowy figure is seen moving across the lit doorway at the end of the room. After witnessing this, Owens grabbed his phone camera to investigate, but turned up nothing. Neither was there anything in the room that might cast this shadow. Although one commenter suggested that there may be someone squatting in the Owens home, Owens said this has been going on for 3 years, so it's highly unlikely. To whom does this shadow belong then? Number 12. Poltergeist Panic. This poltergeist is throwing a tantrum. Published by Derek Hull in February of 2021. The angsty geist is first seen slamming a door in the cameraman's face. Exhilarated that he caught it on camera, the man races to the door and opens it, finding no one inside.
Yes, I caught it!
Okay, that's not a normal reaction to seeing something like that. The door slams shut, and he's like, "Yes, I got it!"
What the hell?
He runs back through, asking the poltergeist to repeat the action, but the door remains open. One of the crew enters the room while the others stand outside.
These guys are potheads. These guys are total potheads. Who has that reaction to that? Yes, I caught it!
Watching the door, they approach and the door closes again. It isn't clear if the other crew member was inside the room, as there was a cut in the video. It doesn't seem like he exited. They apologize for angering the poltergeist and say they will leave.
Alright, I'm gonna open the door and that's it. We're gonna leave, okay? Sorry for off.
But that's not without one last slam. This time coming from some shutters off to the right, I assume.
Home time?
Oh, there's two pebbles right there by the bucket to the left of it.
Is this spirit moving around them? Or is it all encompassing? Number 11. Ghostly footsteps. Redditor Purgatory Adventures submitted this to the Chills Narrator subreddit, and they said it's one of the scariest events in Purgatory Adventures history. The Redditor described the events as the following. We captured footsteps coming down the stairs at us. The ghost hunting team appears to be in an abandoned building of some sort. One team member sits in the middle of a mostly empty room, but keep your eye on the door in the top right. And just like that, clear as day, they hear footsteps coming from the other side of that door, like someone is walking down some stairs.
What the f? That was like in the staircase, man.
Something tells me they're not alone in this place, but the question now is whether it's a ghost or a stranger. Which one do you think it is? Either way, I'd be staying far away from this place.
What the f? That was like in the staircase, man.
Number 10,
Right.
Fort Worth.
I've sat through this whole video. 20 clips that were okay to kind of scary. Finish out strong, Chills. Finish us out strong.
Sighting. Did this weather cam capture an unidentified flying object sighting over Fort Worth, Texas? Published by Altered Dimensions in March of 2013. This short clip shows the night sky over the city of Fort Worth. An unknown object flashes down from the sky, quickly disappearing. Although it looks like a meteor streaking across the sky, the uploader notes that it takes a high-speed 90-degree turn, which you can see more clearly in the slow motion capture. This is either an unidentified flying object, or it isn't your ordinary meteor. Number 9. What is in there? Is there someone hiding out of sight in this wreckage? Published by PH Red Fox, Yoon Sai-won is exploring an abandoned house in Korea when he hears this sound.
안녕하세요.
Is it an animal? A dog? He breaks out his EMF meter, which starts going haywire. He says it's not useful here because they're at the location's deepest point.
이제는 무의미. 여기 가는 깊숙한 데 와버려가지고.
Using facial recognition software, a scary face is recognized where there seems to be no one. It's recognized again, closer to him this time. Later, while using a spirit box, Sai-won gets the fright of his life. A bang is heard coming from someone unseen. A short while later, he is visited again by the spirit.
뭐야 또?
But he sees nothing, and no one amongst the mess. Is Sai-won being stalked? And if so, by what? Number 8. Office Ghost. This resident office ghost is unusually helpful. Posted to the Paranormal Evidence subreddit by Nice Socks Dude, the ghost here opens filing cabinet drawers so that you don't have to. In the video, the bottom drawer of the cabinet slowly opens. When the cameraman pushes it closed, the upper drawer then slowly slides forward. Push closed again. Both drawers slide open on their own. The cameraman pushes them closed again, but they both again open, one after the other. Some in the comments think the load is too heavy. They might be spring-loaded or off balance, or the entire building's foundation has sunk, but at least one Redditor agrees that it's a ghost. Do you think this office is haunted?
Well, the problem with the theory of the foundation being on a slant is that not all of the cabinet drawers are open.
If that's the case, at least this ghost
I do like the theory of the spring loading, though.
is helpful. Number 7, someone's here. This urban explorer thinks he's in an abandoned building. Maybe not. Published by Bulgarian channel Pini Studio in December of 2020. The scary video shows the cameraman standing in a stairwell. He hears something above him that sounds like footsteps. He looks up. After a moment, a hooded figure moves into view, just one floor up, blocking the sunlight from a window above. He stands there and they stare at each other for a moment. Then, terrified, the cameraman takes off running. Who is this figure, and what does it want? As it appears for now, we will never know. Number 6, Arctic Ghost Town. Vorkuta was a coal mining settlement during the Soviet era. It has since become a semi-deserted wasteland. Published by Vagabond, this adventure seeker went to check out the ghost town at the end of the world.
There is roughly more than 200 people.
On the background of such amount of abandoned buildings, an active mine
looks surrealist.
Traveling there by train, the only accessible means of transport to the area, he encounters the first steam engine that ever appeared in the area in 1944. The once thriving city was served by 13 coal mines in its heyday, where workers received a good salary and twice the pay they might back home due to the added northern coefficient pay. Directly across from clean, bright offices are empty, derelict buildings. Other empty structures are topped with massive piles of snow. Atop an enormous 9-story building is a phrase that translates to "Glory to the conquerors of Arctic territories." Vagabond also takes in the coal miners' quarters, located on the Vorkuta River embankment. Would you be able to live in this half-abandoned Arctic town? You'd better learn to love the cold. Number 5, creep.
Okay, so what was the deal about that? I mean, I didn't notice a small something. I don't know if he was willing to point that out.
Traveling there by train.
Look at the face right there. There's the eyes. There's the nose. I know it looks like a mask is right here, but below it, there's some eyes and there's the nose.
The only accessible means of transport to the area, he encounters the cold. Number 5, creeping figure. Would you be able to sleep after seeing this? Posted to the Paranormal Evidence subreddit by cardiologist Wary 306, this short clip was captured at 2:30 in the morning. The mysterious footage shows a semi-transparent figure walking from one wall of the room into what appears to be a bookcase, where it disappears. The figure looks obscure at first, but grows in visibility before completing its vanishing act. The Redditor says that around 3 a.m. they often hear a conversation between a woman and a man in the bathroom. They've seen shadow people in the home, things being thrown across the room. Lights have shut off, whispers in the ear. All in all, a heavy atmosphere. The activity is too much to bear. And here's yet more of it. Many in the comments believe it's a spirit manifesting. Do you believe that's the case? Number 4, most terrible demon. Dennis of Dark Ghost Paranormal is at his breaking point in this scary video. Published in March of 2022,
Yep.
Dennis encounters the most terrible demon in this haunted...
Okay, I saw this one last night, but it was during the time I believe that there were no visuals being shown.
Abode. Dennis conducts an EGF session with a horned skull facing a mirror. It tells him, "You let him out." After asking what he should do, the skull requests a ritual. He's told to burn it and take it to the swamp. Otherwise, the demon will follow him. He is also told that the demon is here. Dennis creeps around the house searching. He doesn't need to look far. Dennis is later dragged across the room by his heel. After regaining his feet, he calmly takes in the entire disaster zone. Then an object under a big draping robe moves toward him. Is this the demon? He'd better get to that ritual. I have a feeling there is worse to come. Number 3, Croaky Ghost Sound. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Odd Entertainment 279. The Redditor titled this post, Croaky Ghost Sound, and they went on to include some more backstory in the comments, writing, I was at this weird abandoned BBC receiving station that closed in the 70s. Watch this back just now. This sound was in the video. Took this just 2 days ago. Well, let's have a listen. Did you hear it? If so, what do you think it is? More than one person in the comments thinks it's a frog, but I can't say I have enough frog knowledge to agree or disagree. Do you think this is the case? Or are you siding with the OP, who thinks he's captured a ghost sound on camera outside this abandoned building?
It's too perfectly timed.
Number 2, Open Sesame. When you can command a door to open and close, you may just have The Gift, published by the Scottish Ghost Company. In February of 2022, this investigation of an industrial complex turned super creepy when the investigators' commands were granted. The pair is alone in the warehouse aside from the ghosts. You can hear them communicating via the spirit box in the adjacent hangar throughout the video. The pair approaches a door and asks the spirit to open it if he or she is still with them.
Can you open the door, please, if you're still with us?
In answer, the door slowly swings open. A moment later, when asked to close the door, the spirit acquiesces, slamming the door shut.
Really impressed. Thank you.
I mean, might as well say thank you. I mean, you're asking this ghost to open the door.
Many in the
shut
comments
door,
call this
open the
activity
door, shut the
mind-blowing
door.
and wonder if it's real. Is this
Yeah,
a
the
portal
least you
to
can do is
another
fake it.
world? Step on through if you dare.
Can you open the door, please?
Huh?
Turn off the light. Turn on the light.
Open the door, close the door. Open the door, close the door. Turn on the light, turn off the light. Open the door, close the door.
If you're still with us.
Oh my god.
I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit mysterious awful when you find out? Number 1, Break Room Ghost. Isn't it awful when the paranormal ruins your 15-minute break? Published by LD Praja in October of 2018. Mysterious activity in a factory in Sukabumi, Indonesia, had one worker running for the hills. The video shows a young man preparing something in the break room. Behind him, a piece of clothing hanging on a cabinet door starts moving on its own. He must have caught it out of the corner of his eye, because he looks over for a moment, but by that time it's still. Next, the chair behind him starts inching backward and around. The clothing starts moving again as well, but the guy doesn't notice. That is, until the chair is thrown backward and clatters on the ground. The man runs off, never to return again. Get ready to call your mommy, because
I don't blame him. I don't think I'd want to return either. Hello, Neonace. Thank you for the support. Alright. Last video for the night. Nuke's top 5. Top 10 scary ghost videos to ruin your sleepy time. Bring it on, Nukes. I haven't reacted to one of your videos for quite a while.
Top 10
hiking in the woods. Justin Fender's TikTok account is dedicated to cars, bikes, do-it-yourself projects, and his family. Absolutely nothing paranormal or supernatural. However, 3 months ago, Justin bought himself a 2002 Nissan Xterra and filmed himself as he installed brand new reverse lights.
Today I'm putting some rear LED lights on my Nissan Xterra. These are the flush mount LEDs I bought off of eBay. They're pretty cheap. The lights are installed. I'm gonna take them back out and paint the bumper.
So one of Justin's viewers asks how well the reverse lights work at night. And Justin drives out into the dark woods near a lake.
Huh? If it was laying on top of my forehead.
In North Carolina to show just how bright the lights are. His TikTok viewers are shocked when the reverse lights illuminate something downright chilling.
The lights are definitely functional, but unfortunately I live in a city and there are street lights everywhere. But I can find a place to go test them. Okay, I found some really dark woods. I just put some tinfoil over the reverse lights. So I'm gonna show you what the stock reverse lights look like, and then I'm gonna uncover them and show you what the added reverse lights look like. These are the stock reverse lights.
Literally can't see anything.
And these are the ones I just installed. Look how friggin' bright that is. This is amazing. Yeah, so these are not just for looks.
Did you see it? As Justin turns on the lights, an arm wrapped around a tree can be seen sliding its way slowly out of sight. After many comments from freaked out viewers, Justin finally sees the arm and decides to go back to investigate during the day.
Okay, I'm leaving work. 2 blocks that way is where the arm was. Okay, this road goes down to the lake, which is right there, and a public boat landing. This
down in the comment.
Okay, nothing else happens in this clip, so I'm just gonna skip to the next one.
Cries from beyond. This next video was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Peter Canova. Peter explains in his email that his friend was remodeling a house in Des Moines, Iowa that had been abandoned for over 10 years. Peter's friend shared a chilling video that was recorded by a tile installer named Javier.
Verga, no, sí se escucha más. Estoy aquí en la casa de remodelación. Acabo de rellenar, hicimos ese shower y esto. Desde hace rato vengo escuchando un llanto como de niño. Oigan. Pero el pedo es de que aquí en la casa esta pues, no hay, están todos los cuartos vacíos y me da miedo ir al basement, pero deja checar. Porque allá afuera no hay nada. Hola. La verga. Pues no hay nada. Güey, no mames. No mames.
The loud cries of a child can be heard coming from the basement. Javier checks every room but finds no one. Suddenly, there's an unexplained loud bang from somewhere, and Javier makes a run for it. Javier refuses to ever return to the house again.
Güey, no mames.
before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you... Oh dear. Terrence Leonio from Windsor, Ontario, Canada often goes out into the woods to record himself overtone singing for TikTok and YouTube. One day he decides to stream live, and as he starts to sing, he seems to capture the...
That last one. Good lord. Leave it to Nuke's top 5 to scare the absolute shit out of me.
the attention of a passing deer.
Pretty sure he was looking for where the sound was coming from, but I stopped and started talking and now he's confused. Alright.
And there's the deer, but did you see it? Terrence seems to have caught the attention of something else lurking in the woods. Several strange, slim figures seem to be hiding in the trees behind the deer. Terrence's TikTok viewers believe the mysterious creatures could be cryptids, Sasquatch, or even skinwalkers. But what do you think Terrence's singing could have summoned from the deep Canadian woods? A doorway. This next bizarre clip comes from a small YouTube channel that is not even necessarily dedicated to ghost hunting or the supernatural. Partners Rain and Jenno post random videos to their personal channel, Sinister RP. These videos range from art and music to their own personal passion, which is exploring haunted places. Now, Rain and Jenno do not claim that they are, quote, professional ghost hunters. In fact, they are a bit skeptical themselves, and they even invite their viewers to debunk any paranormal evidence that they find.
When we go out, we don't always find the craziest stuff. I mean, let us know. Let us know what you think. You know what I mean? By all means, if we can debunk this, I would love to be able to. And if we can't, I mean, I'd love that even more.
But there is one video in particular that even the couple and their YouTube viewers cannot explain. First, the couple captures some odd sounds in this abandoned farmhouse.
Alright, let's see.
This time, we ended up capturing something else. Something really weird.
What the hell was that?
What? If you heard a squeak, I was...
No, I heard a bang. Hello?
Not much else happens, but then, by accident, the couple captures this. Did you see it? Some dark humanoid shape seems to appear near the door, and then quickly moves away and disappears into nothing. Rain and Jenno try to debunk the figure, and even invite their audience to do the same.
Now, of course, the first thing that's running through my head is, that might be one of her shadows, but... And that's what's still been going through my head, but I don't know. You know, everybody else now is saying, that's not your shadow. That has its own movement to it, and
if you watch, I move and it stays still, and then it moves and disappears.
But there is just no rational explanation. So, what do you think? Check out this full video over on the YouTube channel, Sinister RP. Urban exploration gone wrong. Urban explorer Andy Persons heads out to Albany, New York to see the old Tobin's First Price Center.
Alright. My dogs are whining and a crying. should be the last interruption. My apologies, everyone.
Center, which is a meatpacking facility that was built in 1924 and was later left completely abandoned. Together with his two friends, he makes his way through the massive old crumbling factory, and he discovers something truly unnerving, because they might not be the only ones there.
This is the fun part.
So this is where things kind of got a little weird. We were coming down these staircases, and I shined my flashlight to the left, and out of the corner of my eye, all I could see was someone in a black trench coat quickly rush over through the door and hide in the corner. I shined my flashlight down the elevator shaft that was right next to me, and all of a sudden, we all started hearing a bunch of voices and just people that were inside of the walls. We just decided to get out there pretty quickly and let them be.
A man who seems to be wearing a dark trench coat quickly disappears out of sight. Then the group hears voices coming from the walls all around them. Spooked by the creepy event, they decide to just get out of there. Now, whether what they caught is paranormal, I'm not sure. But as I've said before, sometimes real people are much more frightening. Anyway, you can watch the entire exploration of this creepy abandoned factory over on the YouTube channel, Andy Persons. Through the Looking Glass. Late one night, TikTok user Apple DeCastro decides to weigh herself on a scale in her family home in the Philippines. She stands in front of a mirror, and what happens next is truly bizarre.
The reflection isn't moving.
Apple's reflection in the mirror seems to move out of time with her body. Now, of course, this could just be a weird CCTV compression glitch, but her brother Joshua actually sees it happen with his own eyes. Another camera angle records his reaction. Joshua can't believe what he's seeing, and he quickly goes to warn his sister. Together, they check the footage recorded by their CCTV cameras and post their creepy experience to TikTok. So could this be a glitch in the Matrix? A haunted mirror? Or just a really, really strange camera glitch? As always, I leave it to you to decide. No entry. As with most Japanese videos,
You know, there's like an old myth or you know speculation and all that mirrors are just portals to a reverse dimension. I think we just saw proof of said dimension happening.
I have no idea what the source is for this next creepy clip. The clip shows two guys approaching an old school building that is under renovation and is allegedly haunted. Even though there's tape at the entrance saying no entry, the two friends step inside anyway. What happens next is absolutely terrifying.
Keep my eyes open.
いや知らんねん俺は白いけねえんだろコーチなんてやったことねえお前はいつから出たよコーチで
A mysterious woman wearing a white dress silently approaches the two friends from the darkness. She seems to have no visible arms. The two guys run in fear and scream for help. What happens next, we'll just never know. And whether the footage is real or not, that's up for you to decide. Either way, the clip is chilling. Night Shift. This next spooky video was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Zoe from Perth, Australia. Zoe says that she's a registered nurse working the night shift at a nursing home. She says that there is one particular room in the nursing home that gives the entire staff the creeps. The staff says that they feel watched while in the room, and that the room often feels extremely cold for no reason. Some have even witnessed chairs moving around by themselves. One night, Zoe and the rest of the staff are gathered in the office when they notice something very strange on the CCTV. The lights in the room start to flicker and dim in a bizarre pattern, and then some dark shape seems to pass in front of the camera, not once, but twice. Now, could this be something paranormal, or just a strange lighting malfunction? And just what are those two dark shapes? Tell me what you think. The Boy Next Door. Paranormal investigators K&L from the YouTube channel K&L Ghost Hunt Next Door.
Why does that say number 12?
Paranormal investigators K&L from the YouTube channel K&L Ghost Hunters spend the night at the historic Red Lion Hotel in Colchester, England. Built way back in 1465, it's no surprise that the hotel has a long history of tragic events and paranormal activity. Just to give one example, several hundred years ago, a horrible fire ravaged the hotel and took the lives of several young children. These days, it's said that the spirit of a young boy wanders the restaurant of the hotel. He is often seen and photographed by guests. Most of all, the spirit of the young boy is often seen by children. K and L leave a static camera to record in the restaurant as they investigate the basement of the hotel. Later, when they check their footage, they are shocked by what they've caught. small head about the height of a young child can be seen peeking through the glass windows of one of the restaurant doors. Paranormal investigators K and L believe that they might have captured the spirit of the young boy that guests claim to have seen over the years. But what do you think this small figure could be? Let me know. You can watch this entire investigation and many more over on the YouTube channel K and L Ghost Hunters. Dead in the water. In another strange video shared to the internet without a source, someone can be seen taking off their shoes after having walked through a waterfall in Malaysia and discovering small clumps of leeches stuck to their feet. And if that isn't horrifying enough, there's something else in this video that's very disturbing. Did you see it? Someone or something can be seen sitting on a rock inside the waterfall. Whoever or whatever it is appears to be wearing a white dress and has long dark hair and dark arms. Now, without a source, it's impossible to establish whether this footage is real, fake, or even explainable. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching my uploads.
It looks like a good, like, art project, I guess you could call it, but it's hard to say that it's real because you know it looks edited into the waterfall. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. We're gonna check the chat one more time here. Jose Constantino, where you at, boy? Can you keep this video on your archives, please? I keep all my videos on there unless there's too many errors on it. So you can expect this to remain on my channel. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Take care, and God bless.